And now, ladies and gentlemen, to kick things off tonight, please welcome from Belleville, Illinois, the Belleville East High School dance team. Let's hear it for the Belleville East High School dance team. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the one, the only Bushwhacker. And please welcome tonight's officials. On the field are Shane Butler and Don Tebow. In the box, we have Aaron Schumacher and Lizak Scouria. All officials are appointed by the Major Arena Soccer League. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome tonight's opponent, the visiting Milwaukee Wave. Number 2, Tenzin Rampa. Number 6, Guillermo Vega. Number 9, Robert Renault. Number 10, Ricardinho. Number 12, Stuart Grable. Number 14, Daniel Matos. Number 16, Drew Ruggles. Number 24, Max Ferdinand. Number 26, Ian Bennett. Number 28, Angel Chino Curiel. Number 30, Josh Lemos. Number 75, Jonathan Santos. Number 77, Marcio Liete. Number 82, Rafael Diaz. And number 99, Andre Hain. The Milwaukee Wave is coached by indoor soccer veteran Giuliano Oliviero and Marcelo Fontana. Ladies and gentlemen, the Milwaukee Wave.
St. Louis, the gateway to the West, the birthplace of soccer in America. Founded in 1764, our city rests on the banks of the mighty Mississippi. From the early days of Choteau and Laclede, the expedition of Lewis and Clark, to the World's Fair of 1904, our city is a symbol of inception, integration, and diversity. With the steamer started in 1979, the ambush continues today. With the new generation of stars, whether they're from Chicago, whether they're Brazilian, or born right here in St. Louis, these guys play for our city, America's first soccer city.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, everybody on your feet. Let me hear you, Family Arena. Let's meet your 2017-2018 St. Louis Ambush. Number 3, Robert Acosta. Number 4, Corey Adamson. From St. Louis, Missouri, number 5, Corey Dowell. Number 8, Vadim Kojakov. Number 9, Stefan St. Louis. Number 10, Lucas Almeida. From St. Louis, Missouri, number 11, Richard Schmerman. Please welcome goalkeeper number 12 from Brazil, Paulo. Number 15, Victor France. From St. Louis, Missouri, number 25, Dylan Hundelt. Number 26, Danny Burko. Number 33, Pepe. Number 88, Nestor Hernandez. Number 92, the big guy, Jer Gibson. And now please welcome our player head coach of the ambush from Brazil, number 79, Everton. Assistant coaches are Jamie Swanner, Mark Litton. Athletic trainer is Jacob Tanner. Equipment manager is Kyle Goose Rudy. Ladies and gentlemen, your St. Louis ambush. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that all fans please rise, remove your caps as the colors are presented by veterans of the United States Armed Forces and the St. Charles County Police Department. Please remain standing for the singing of God Bless America, performed by Reed Elementary. Let's hear it for Reed Elementary. At this time, we now honor America and celebrate its freedom and those who protect it. Continue standing as one nation and one people for the singing of our national anthem, performed by Mason Ridge Elementary. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Let's hear it for the kids from Mason Ridge Elementary.
Both off. And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Family Arena for this MASL matchup between the Milwaukee Wave and the St. Louis Ambush. I'm Patrick Calio alongside Matt Bird. And Matt, a tough season for the Ambush last season, 1-19, but a very promising start last weekend against Kansas City.
Yeah, absolutely. The nature of the game last weekend, the Ambush were always in it. They were very competitive, and last year a lot of the games, not to sugarcoat it, they were blowouts, and I think the Ambush after last weekend will be very promised by how they kept in the game, and they took the game to Kansas City. The game wasn't in doubt until the very last minutes, and I think the Ambush can take a lot of heart out of that performance.
And one of the big adjustments that the Ambush have made going into this season is the addition of player coach Everton. He'll be number 79 tonight, and he has done a lot to revamp this team.
Absolutely, and what he did with Cedar Rapids is pretty much what the Ambush wanted him to do here. He took a scratch team that's only 2 years old and propelled them into the playoffs. That's where the Ambush want to be, and that's exactly why they brought him in. And he's going to revolutionize this club, I think, change the mindset and kind of bring in a winning mentality into this ball club.
As we are just about to get set here in the Family Arena in St. Louis, Missouri, as both teams just going back and forth, game prepared. First of all, you look at this team on the Wave. First of all, their starter, Josh Lemos, has already 2 starts, 2 wins, only 6 saves so far on 12 goals allowed, though.
I think that's a testament to how good this Milwaukee Wave club is. I think they're going to be the front runner in the Central Division. They're absolutely stacked with indoor talent throughout this team. I mean, the coach is Canadian. Their top performers are Canadian. They know what they're doing. They've been around since, 1984. I think they're the longest running professional soccer club in America. And they've been doing this a long time. They know what it takes. And to play 1-2, the Ambush are kind of up against it tonight, but, still at the end of the day, it's our guys versus their guys, and anything can happen.
And the Wave have already had 2 games already. They beat the Tacoma Stars, followed by the Cedar Rapids Rampage last week. That makes them a 2-0 start, and this is the first of a back-to-back for them. They'll play the KC Comets tomorrow, and we talked about that before the game. You want to rest before this game, but you also got to remember you have a big game tomorrow.
Yeah, they're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. I mean, do they go all out tonight, or do they try and save something for tomorrow night? The game last week that we played against KC, I think KC kind of took us lightly, and the Milwaukee Wave can't be complacent going into tonight's game, because if they do, once you take your foot off the gas, it's very hard to put it back on. But I was very encouraged with how the Ambush last week, they took the game to KC, and I don't think the Comets expected to be on the back foot. If we can get the Wave onto the back foot, then this game's wide open.
As we are just about to get started down here, the starting goalie for the Ambush will be Paulo Nascimento. He is 0-1 so far in the year, 20 saves on 9 goals allowed. On the flip side, it's going to be Lemos, we mentioned him before, the Toronto native, has allowed 12 goals on 6 saves. As we are underway, it's going to be the Wave starting with the ball. As they're going to kick it back to Lemos, he'll work it out. Trying to find someone to pass it to. Instead, he'll knock it all the way down, but St. Louis was there on the near side. Now a little bit of play on the near side boards. That's now Almeida fighting for it for the Ambush.
And what you're going to find is, I think that what's been happening well for the Ambush in the last 2 games, the game last weekend against the KC Comets and the preseason friendly game against Cedar Rapids, they're very good at pressuring the defense, pressuring the goalkeeper, trying to make mistakes. And they came to fruition with Nestor Hernandez scoring a goal against Cedar Rapids in a friendly, and the first goal that Victor Franz scored last weekend against KC was through pressuring the goalkeeper, pressuring the defense, hoping for a mistake and being able to capitalize. And I think they're going to obviously try and make that work again.
Just about 14 to play as Lemos sends a cross up towards the middle, but that's going to be stolen by Gibson of the Ambush, and he clears it all the way out of harm's way. Now racing for it and trying to get ahead was Burko. But that was Lemos stepping up to kick it all the way back down into the Ambush end.
That JJ Gibson, he's a big boy, isn't he?
Quite a big boy. He's got the little Ambush colors on.
I wouldn't like him running at me full pelt, I got to be honest.
And now the Ambush working around in midfield. They're going to work it back to their defense. That's Hernandez now back to the goalie for Nascimento. A little give and go as the ambush gets set up, trying to get past midfield. And finally do a little header, easily goes on to Lemos, and he'll toss that all the way towards the bench. Almost goes out of play, then a bounce towards the top of the boards, but the Wave keep control of it.
This guy, Robert Renault, very wily character, is second to Ian Bennett with the points per game right now. I mean, early in the season, but obviously Robert Renault is a one to watch for the Milwaukee Wave.
You mentioned Ian Bennett, already 6 goals on the year. Had 53 last year for the Wave. Now Lemos kicks it all the way to the far side, but that will just miss the glass and go out of play. And it will be ambush ball.
Pretty equal. Very equal possession so far.
Your bags of apples for these Schnooks.
A little bit of feeling out between both teams as the Wave steal it in front. It's Ferdinand, and he's being pressured by Nascimento. Nascimento knocks him down, takes the ball back for the ambush. Now cleared in front, but the ambush will clear that back out to midfield where the Wave will have to reset.
One thing that I'm looking for with the ambush this year is that even though they may not have the talent or the skill level to go against a team of the Wave's caliber, they're going to have to keep their discipline and they're going to have to keep their shape. They're going to have to play to their strengths and not to the strengths of the other team. You know, no silly mistakes, no silly penalties, and keep your shape, keep disciplined. Know your roles and stick to it.
Now the ambush across field pass, just a bit too far for Burko, but he's hot on Leach's trail. And he'll elect to give it back to Lemos. Now the restart for the Wave as they send it up. The pass trying to get to Santos is stolen by Burko. Now taken right back by Ferdinand for the Wave. Ferdinand wide open, has an open shot instead. He gives it down to Santos, centered in front, the save. Oh, great kick save by Paulo Nascimento as he kicks that out of play for another stoppage.
Fantastic stop there on the line by Stefan St. Louis. And Danny Burko, though, even though Danny gave the ball away in the midfield, but he's been up top, pressuring. Like I said, you know, he's trying to make the turnovers happen. Just a shame he got caught there and led to that chance.
As Renault with a chance goes off the boards and will go right back to the ambush. A couple teams making changes back and forth as a long lead pass. And that was just a bit too far for the ambush, and it's kicked out, way out of play, way into the upper deck.
Fantastic pass there by Corey Dowell. Nearly put it on a dime. And it was Nesta who went for the three-point shot there.
The ambush business phone system is provided by Commercial Telephone
The Wave right off the kick.
Providing phone systems and communication solutions.
Be Ferdinand trying to get over to the far side of the ambush, hot there, but it's going to be taken by the Wave in the offensive end. Now Ruggles, being pressured by a couple ambush, decides to give it back to the defense. And that's Vega. Vega now over to the far side, right in front of the ambush bench, has to elect to give it back to Lemos. The ambush playing very tight defensively so far tonight.
They have to, as I say, they have to keep their shape and play to their strengths. Ruggles there that was just on the ball for the Wave, very experienced player, long-time journeyman in lower league American soccer, played for the Wilmington Hammerheads, Rochester Rhinos in USL. Milwaukee Wave kind of now, you know, up in the tempo a little bit. But the ambush can maybe catch them on the counter-attack.
Now steal by the Wave. They have an offensive chance. It's lead going to the far side, but that goes wide off the boards. It's going to be picked back up by the Wave as they've had possession for a good 2 minutes now, as they consistently been trying to get some offensive pressure. Now it's Gable. Gable gives it to the inside. No shot, though. As now spinning around, trying to get it as Haney. Stolen by the ambush on the near side corner, but still dug for it by the Wave. Now a shot. That is blocked in front, and it's going to be Burko starting the offense for the ambush.
99 there, Andre Hay, and no stranger to the St. Louis Ambush, played for them 2 years ago.
This has been named Kojakov.
Now it's Kojakov, the Irishman, goes in, and a good save by Lemos as he kicks that into the net. And out of play, another stoppage. This is going to be ambush ball, though, as they make a couple quick changes. 4 men coming back out for the ambush, as this is going to be a corner kick on the near side.
The ambush are going to have to take their chances. That was a clear shooting opportunity there for Kojakov. You know, he just couldn't make it stick. they're going to have to make the most of every opportunity to try and stay in this game.
That was France with a one-timer attempt that went wide. The ambush setting up again, this time all the way down for Victor France. He's being pressured by two-wave off the boards, though. Now, they thought there was going to be a whistle, but there wasn't.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed he didn't get a call there.
As now St. Louis is able to beat the wave man and get it all the way back to his goalie, Nascimento. Now Lucas Almeida. Almeida, a couple pump fakes, tried to get forward, but stolen by the wave. Now crossed in front. They're going to try and get a shot up, but instead it rolls to the boards. Now it's back for Ferdinand.
Good work there in the corner by Matos, you know. Nothing on, and he managed to turn around and keep possession.
A good chance by the wave as a header just goes over the net. Now Almeida helps Nascimento and gives him a little header, and he'll restart the offense. Knocked off the boards, good hustle by Ruggles, knocks it back out off the glass, just wide of the net, and once again picked up by the Brazilian native.
I think the goalkeeper for the ambush, Paulo Nascimento, he's got a lot of experience in futsal. I think this is his first season playing with boards, you know, and I think it's going to take him a while just to get comfortable in playing this type of indoor soccer.
Ambush foul number 9, Stefan St. Louis. First
it's going to be a foul on the ambush. It's going to be St. Louis with the foul rather, as that's Ruggles down for the wave.
Again, check out page 4 on your program tonight. Some game rules, some key game rules. When a player
Ruggles is going to limp to the bench.
He receives a
It appears he will stay out on the field, though.
That player is ejected.
First of 4 fouls you can give.
As now the wave starting back up. Knock it over to this near side. It's Renault. Renault, the Quebec native, works towards the middle. Instead, elects to give it back. And it gets moved over. Now back and forth they go, all the way back to Lemos, who's at midfield.
Good possession this by Milwaukee. Just probing side to side.
Lemos has to be careful leaving out of his net, as the Wave have already had 2 own goals on them this season. And that's Renault knocking off the boards, tried to get in front, but no one was home for the Wave, and it's going to be the ambush knocking off the boards the other way. That was Kochikov trying to move it forward, but went off the boards and too far for Lemos.
Good work off the boards there by Hernandez and Vadim Kochikov, using the boards full to their advantage there.
The Wave going back and forth. It's Lemos working forward. He's being pressured by Gibson. The Wave still going back and forth. The ambush doing a great job of pressing. Now it's down for Renault. He's being pressured hard. Right on his back is Acosta. Renault's able to get it back. A spin around is Vega. Now kick up the middle. And the ambush are all over the Wave right now, as they cannot make an attack towards the net.
Maybe it's a ploy though. I mean, maybe counter-attack is the ambush strength here. You know, give the other team the ball and wait for an opening and catch them on the break.
Still score.
You know, we know that Everton's been bringing in a lot of futsal practice and a lot of quick attacking play, and maybe the counter-attack is a thing that they're aiming for.
No, scoreless.
But here's the Wave on a counter-attack.
And it's going to be Bennett coming in, the leading scorer for the Wave. Tried a shot, but that went high over the net into the netting behind the ambush goal.
And we have official timeout.
And it's going to be an official timeout with just under 6 to play. As the ambush doing a great job of keeping pressure going back and forth. Not really letting the Wave get any offensive pressure so far.
The Wave are probing though, they're keeping the ball well, the Wave. And I think that if I was Everton and Jamie Swanner, I'd be saying, look, when you get the ball, try and keep it. You know, there is such a thing as rest in possession. You know, knock it about a bit, try and give the guys a break, try and let them get their breath back so they're not chasing the game all the time. The Wave have got the ball a lot. We're having to chase shadows. If we get the ball, let's just calm it down a bit. Let's just knock it around. Give our guys a breather and try and keep possession, and hopefully good things will happen. But I do agree with you though that the ambush have kept their shape, they've kept disciplined in defense, and the Wave have been kept to longer shot, which Nascimento's been able to deal with for the most part. But if I was Everton and Swanner, I'd be looking for something a little more, you know. It just goes back to the fact that when Kochikov had that chance where he hit the goalie's legs, you know, that was a chance. If that's gone in, you know, we've got the lead. You know, they've got to take their chances.
Now, the timeout is over. Once again, Everton is a player coach. What do you think that adds to this team? Obviously, we haven't seen him much. We've mainly been standing on the bench so far for the ambush.
Everton's a winner, though. Wherever he's been, he's always won. He's won 3 indoor titles as a player. He took the outdoor Cedar Rapids team to the playoffs. He took the indoor team in his first year to the playoffs. The guy's a winner, and he knows what it takes to be a professional player in this league. Lucas Almeida down.
It seems to be a lot of discomfort as it's going to be a foul on Daniel Mentos, his first foul of the half. As Lucas is just going to walk that off, it's going to be ambush ball right in front of their own bench. And a long kick cross court. And it's going to go off a fan, it seemed, as there's no glass towards the middle of this arena. Nevertheless, it's going to be Wave ball. Rampa starting with it, a little give and go, and it finds him again. Rampa gets up to Ferdinand. Ferdinand tried to get it centered to the middle for Ruggles, but Nascimento stepped up and stopped that.
I think the Ambush need to calm down a little bit. I know they're all excited. It's the home opener. You know, everyone wants to impress, but just calm down and take a deep breath. And play their game. Don't let the Wave dictate the play. The Ambush need to play their game.
And the Wave with it at midfield. A little give and go back and forth. It's going to be Leet. Pushing it forward, give and go back to Leet. Leet tries a shot, goes in, good save by Nascimento. Now Nascimento being pressured, just gets that pass off in the nick of time, but the Wave take it back over. Matos in front. Tries to fake the pass, instead sidesteps it. And it's going to be Santos out top. And it's going to be a foul called on the Wave. That's going to be Kochikov.
Ambush foul, number 8.
The Irishman with the least sounding Irish name ever, eh?
Well, we talked about it beforehand. I saw his name. I'm like, oh, we got a Russian on our team, I guess. But no.
I can guarantee you who's watching the Ireland-Denmark World Cup qualifier this afternoon.
No. Wave tried a shot. That was Vega with another chance. Now Ramu come by. He tried a chance. It was knocked down by an ambush player, and that's going to be a foul. And a penalty is going to come for the Wave.
That was wily there by Renault. He knew he was going to get hit, and he made the most of it.
Foul,
That's
11, Richard
going back to having some streets in this league, you know?
And we have a timeout on the field.
This is dangerous here for the Wave.
Ambush fans today.
Ambush are going to have to really figure out this
For all of you
penalty kick.
in the house, please stand
You know,
up and be recognized.
going at the end of the first
now.
quarter 0-0 will be a big tonic. Will be a big tonic, so they're really going to have to weather this storm here.
So much for your service. If you are currently in the military, please stand up as well.
Looking
Be recognized.
at the average goal scored for both teams so far this season. It's the Ambush with 8. Milwaukee Waves, 2 games so far, 8.5 they've averaged. Over there, still scoreless. As we said before, the Wave with a good chance they're going to have a penalty kick after a foul in the crease from the Ambush.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing for the Ambush to go to KC and score 8 goals and come away with nothing, you know? I think if you'd have asked Everton if he wanted to go to KC and score 8 goals, he would have took it. But they just couldn't keep them at bay at the end of the game. Well, I still maintain they'll have taken a lot of heart from that game, you know?
It's going to be Ferdinand taking the kick for the Wave. He steps back. Now another step back. Matos with the chance, and that's a goal for the Wave, and they make it 1-0.
And that was rehearsed. Straight off the training field. And that's a real downer for the ambush because, as I say, in theory, I thought that they deserved to get out of this first quarter.
You said that really was just a drawn-out play, it seems. Two guys miss, then comes in as Matos. And he just fires that in the corner.
That's really tough for Nascimento there. He doesn't know who's going to take the kick, and the third guy just steps up and hits it top bins, you know, right into that top right-hand corner.
And the ambush with a bit of an offensive pressure, trying to get that one back. Talking to St. Louis before the game, one thing he talked about was not letting the Wave get that early goal, and if the ambush get a good goal, make sure you keep them off the board for at least a couple minutes so you don't immediately lose that momentum.
And it's now a carbon copy of the game last week, as KC scored around this time, but the ambush replied with two very, very quickly. It would be nice if the ambush managed to equalize this up before the end of the first quarter.
Wave foul number 99, Andre.
It's going to be a foul as there's a little bit of a collision right in front of the ambush bench. That's going to be a foul going against the Wave, though. That's Andre Haney. As the ambush starting back up with it, that's Nascimento knocking it all the way down the boards, racing after it. Was Gibson, but he couldn't get there in time, and Lemos throws that out back to midfield. Now Bennett quickly down the near side. Bennett tried to go to the far side. That went wide of the net, picked up by Ferdinand for the Wave. Tries to cut in front. Lots of ambush on him, though, but he's able to get the pass back.
Bennett's very dangerous. He'll have been upset that there was no one coming in at the back post there when he crossed it in.
64 points for Bennett last year in his season. Is now the ambush working down the far side. That's Victor France with it.
Milwaukee Wave foul.
Victor had a great game last weekend. 4 goals in KC.
His first.
It was a standout game for Victor France.
That was a foul against the Wave as the ambush get to reset. It's going to be St. Louis right in front of the penalty box. Just loses it at the last second, and Chino will give it back to Lemos. Almeida tried to stop that. Now off the boards, Almeida again tried to get that forward to France. Instead, the Wave headed forward. Now, good step up by St. Louis to knock it off the glass. And Lemos will let it settle with just under 3 to play in this first quarter of 4.
Nice reply, though, from the ambush since they conceded, you know.
Lemos will come out of his net, kicks that over the far side for Renault. Renault being pressured against the glass, able to get it back to his defense. And now at the red line, or the yellow line rather, they get in. Santos with the one-timer goes high off the glass, but the Wave will be able to get that ball off the rebound and send it all the way down to reset and get a couple guys changing.
Santos there hitting it from beyond that yellow line. It was a bygone days when that would have been a 3-point goal back in the old MISL.
Pass forward up to Renault. He tried to get around Pepe, but Pepe was hot on his tail. As now the ambush in front. Burko gets it stolen by Rampa. Rampa is able to get it in front. Now loose for Renault, and he gets the goal.
And just like what I was saying, you know, Paulo Nascimento, just a little bit of inexperience with playing with boards there. He was caught off guard by the rebound. And Renault, he's not going to miss from there.
Scored by number 9, Robert Renault.
That goal is going to be scored by Robert Renault, the Quebec native. As you see the replay right here. As you said, knocked off the boards, wasn't really expecting it, got caught out of his crease. Renault with the easy finish.
And it's going to be disappointing for the ambush there because I think they played pretty well the first 10 minutes of this quarter, but the last 3 minutes here, they've suffered a brace from Milwaukee. You've got to keep their heads up, because they're still in this game.
That's head coach and player Everton all the way down there. The first time we've seen him tonight. Let the Wave take over. It's Santos.
Everton got a couple of assists in that game last weekend. I mean, he still got it, you know.
One of the oldest players on this team is Everton. If he leads the offense, that ball will go over the boards and out of bounds. Be credited out on the Wave, so it'll be ambush ball. As the St. Louis ambush head downfield, a long pass up to Hernandez. Hernandez being pushed against the boards. trying to knock out the boards in front to Everton, but he couldn't get that shot off. Now another chance by the defense.
Great work by Hernandez there.
We have a whistle as that looked like that went out of play. It's going to be the ambush taking over.
Last minute of play.
And Schmerman, the St. Louis native, who will kick it off with just under a minute to play in this first quarter.
Nestor Hernandez there, up against those balls, worked really hard. He's a shot comes in. He's a wily veteran of this league. He's played for the Mustangs, he's played for the Sidekicks, he's played for the Las Vegas. He knows all about this league.
Ambush a good steal into the defensive zone of the Wave, but they're able to quickly regain possession. And it's Vega. He'll go off on a quick change. It's going to be Ruggles coming out for the Wave. Now Ruggles just waiting to see what happens as he's being pressured hard by Everton.
They're going to have to keep up that pressure on the last defender and the goalkeeper, because good things have been happening when they've done that. The Ambush have scored 2 goals off defensive mistakes that they forced.
Oh, very close by Nascimento. He almost stepped out of the box while grabbing that ball.
I thought it was awfully close.
He definitely had half his foot out of there, but they didn't call it, as that concludes the first quarter of play. The Milwaukee Wave lead the St. Louis Ambush by 2. Heading into the first quarter, we'll be right back here on the MSAL Network.
And now, fans, please welcome back to the field the Belleville East Cheer Squad. Once again, let's hear for the Belleville East High School cheer team. All right, fans, it's time for an Ambush t-shirt toss. These shirts are being provided by the Alzheimer's Association.
And welcome back into the Family Arena, ladies and gentlemen, to start this second quarter of play as the Milwaukee Wave lead the St. Louis Ambush by the score of 2-0. Patrick Kelly and Matt Bird in the booth with you. And a strong period for the Ambush. They were able to keep it scoreless for the majority of the half, but just the Wave at the last second were able to push through and get a couple goals.
Yeah, I think the Ambush will be bitterly disappointed with how the end of that period ended. But you know, still a long way to go in this game. You know, you get one back, you have the deficit, and you get all the momentum. But this Wave team, they're a cut above.
The Wave will steal that ball right off of the touch. It's going to be Ian Bennett carrying it for the Wave. Looks back to his defense and gives it back to Vega. Now over to the far side for Ruggles. Back and forth action. Now back to Lemos. Ambush pushing forward. One man all the way, cherry picking down for the Wave. That's Ferdinand down low. And the pass comes to him down the boards. Tries to cut to the inside, but great play by Everton to steal that for the Ambush. Out to Almeida. Almeida yanked down. That's going to be a foul. That's a good foul.
There's a professional foul there. He knew he was beaten. He knew Almeida was getting past him, and he had to bring him down. Otherwise, the Ambush would have been on a break there.
That's Ricardino with the foul. His first tonight as Almeida has it for the Ambush. Kicks it cross field. A little give and go try for France, but instead it's going to be Gibson trying to shot. Goes hard off a foot and way into the air. Well, Almeida steps up, gets it to Gibson, and then back to the defense. Almeida again gets it down low. Gibson tried to touch to St. Louis, but it goes back for France. Well, start set move by France, takes a shot on, but that goes just wide of the net. It'll be picked up right back by the Wave. Ferdinand chips that high into the air, and it's going to be moving forward. Ricardino in it. Ricardino drops it back. The shot by Santos goes off of Bennett and over to Nascimento.
Ian Bennett wants that back, you can tell. I mean, he kind of came to him unexpectedly, but if he'd have had just an inkling he was going to get that ball, that would have been in the back of the net there.
The Wave in their own defensive end being pressured hard. Almost a turnover forced by the Ambush, and then a header that was made by Hernandez. Almost goes out of play. The Ambush will get to reset in their own end.
But what you're seeing now is the fact that the Wave are up 2-0. They don't have to chase this game. You know, they're quite happy to let the Ambush make all the tempo, do all the running.
It seems like of all times, this is the time for the Ambush to strike. As you said before, in the open, they could get a bit complacent knowing they do have a game tomorrow. They travel across I-70 to go over and play Kansas City over in Independence.
That's not going to be an easy game either for the Wave. You know, the KC Comets, they've been there, they've done it, they know what this is all about.
Now, the Wave starting it with their own end. Lemos slowly creeping out of the net. Gets it to Curiel, then a give and go back to Lemos. He's looking for somebody in front. One man cherry picking all the way down for the Wave, with just over 12 to play in this second quarter.
And Lemos is a good keeper, you know. He's been around. He was the Canadian men's national team under-17 keeper. He's played in Uruguay. He's played in Nicaragua. You know, he's a wily old character in this league.
A nice play by Lady, goes back and forth, but the shot goes wide of the net. Wave able to pick that back up though on the far side, and a good steal by Burkos. He cuts to the middle and is able to get solid possession for St. Louis. Chipped up by Nascimento, too far for any Ambush player, so it's going to be stolen by Milwaukee. And in front of the penalty box, it's Leedy.
Burko just had to take a tumble there.
As Wave missed a foul there. And the ball almost bounces out of play. Then a header will send that out into the stands.
It's a long way to go in this game yet, Patrick. The Ambush needs to just put their foot on the ball and slow things down. They're trying to get back into the game here and now. They just need to slow things down. You know, because they're rush. And they're making mistakes and turning the ball over back to the Wave. And it worries me that the Wave are going to capitalize on an Ambush mistake here, and they can find themselves deeper in the hole.
Well, the Ambush wanted to foul at midfield. Now
Corey
one
Adamson
player will go down. That was Adamson, yes, going down. It's going to be a foul on Milwaukee. It's going to be Renault with his first foul of the evening. And the Ambush will take over in the center circle. Passing just the easy pass to Stefan St. Louis, Trinidad and Tobago. A long kick all the way down for the Ambush. Everton not able to get there, but being helped. And it's taken by Kocherov.
Foul, Milwaukee.
That's going to be a foul on the Wave on the near side boards. It's going to be Ambush ball. This Ambush is, or Everton rather, is going to take The kick from the side, not quite in the corner as he tried to knock off the boards, blocked by a Wave player, now back. And the ambush will have to send it all the way back for Paulo Nascimento. A quick change by the ambush. And knocked off the boards, moving forward quickly is Victor France off the boards. And a ball too high for anybody for the ambush to grab. It's going to be Renault under some pressure, able to get it back to his defense. Now moving forward is Vega for the Wave. A good cut towards the middle. Have to reset for Santos. Lemus with just over 10 to play, knocks it off the board. Santos spins around.
The Milwaukee Wave, they're quite happy doing this all night. You know, turning around, knocking it backwards, passing it back to Lemos. They'll do this all night. They've got the lead. They don't have to do any offensive threat. It's up to the ambush now to get hold of this ball and play their game.
Ferdinand with it for the Wave. Couple starter set moves, works to the inside. Now the pass over, great save by Nascimento as he got over just in the nick of time. Now back to Nascimento and sent all the way down. You mentioned that just earlier. At what point do the ambush start risking small mistakes in order to try and take the offensive and steal the ball in midfield?
They have to be smart about it. I mean, when they're making these mistakes and giving Milwaukee the ball, they're not getting the ball back for, you know, maybe 90 seconds.
And quickly in is the Wave, try to knock off the glass in the middle. Now they try it again, another chance for the Wave. Now a header as the first shot went off the glass, second one high into the netting behind the goal. And there's an ambush player down. It looks like Adamson, as he's quick to get up.
You go back to this free kick that Everton had down here in this corner. I don't think we played it very smart. I think Everton hit it off their defender, and straight back then we were on the back foot, passing the ball backwards. We didn't play it smart. And that's primarily what I'm talking about. Make the smart decision. Find a teal shirt to pass to. Don't just, you know, don't try and make things happen just for the sake of it. Play the smart pass. Find a teammate. Maybe he can do something. Try and keep the ball more than 20 seconds. Let Milwaukee do some of the running about. Because the way it's going right now, by the end of the third quarter, we're going to be out of gas. You know, and it'll be Milwaukee will be able to carve us open. So you're always looking for the opportunity, but don't do it at the risk of, you know, catching yourself out at the other end.
The ambush will start with the ball. With 9:05 left, it's going to be Nascimento just handing it off. And now it's St. Louis. Try to get it up, but it hits the side glass and heads out of play. So it's going to be Wave ball, and they're going to have a good possession right at the top of the key.
This is exactly how they scored their first goal.
And the same setup again as Nascimento is going to cheat to one side. Four-man wall set up as Ferdinand. Instead gives a pass into Ruggles, and he gets the goal, just gets it past Nascimento. And it's 3-0 in favor of the Wave.
I thought Nascimento saved that as well. He got his fingertips to it. He'll be upset that he wasn't able to keep that out.
By number 16, Drew Ruggles. Assisted by number 24, Max Ferdinand.
See on the replay here. Instead, this time Ferdinand elects to give it down. Nice one-timer by Ruggles. Looks like it hit the fingertips, as you said, and Nascimento narrowly missed his head and into the back of the net.
Just an easy layoff by Ferdinand, and Ruggles just, you know, just had to find the corner.
And also a happy 40th birthday to Otto Kuberik.
The ambush restarting, trying to get something started as they kick it all the way down the field. Lemos gets run into by an ambush player, but he maintains possession. Is able to get it forward to his defense. Now Santos, a little starter step, trying to work his way around Dowell. Instead works it to the near side for Curiel.
The Wave will take that all day. You know, they'll just knock it backwards and forwards. They'll get an opportunity and they'll finish it.
No one really pressuring Lemos that much as he's getting the ball back and forth. That's the point of where they're going to restart to quarterback their offense.
But it surprised me that because the pressuring of the defense and the goalkeeper worked real well in the first couple of games this season. You know, in the preseason friendly against Cedar Rapids, Hernandez scored the first goal through pressuring the keeper. and Victor Francis' first goal last week. I'm surprised, I am surprised actually, Patrick, they've not, picked up on that more and tried to make Lee Moss play the game earlier, try and make a mistake.
Liam was coming out of his own net, almost gets caught, but does a nice job of playing that forward to the Wave. They're working down the near side corner. That's going to be St. Louis. It's going to be on the, yes, it is going to be on St. Louis, a foul. So the Wave will get the ball right in front of their own penalty box. A simple little kick into Grable. And back to Letty. She waits at midfield, and once again, as you discussed before, the Wave are just going to keep it in their half of the field, just giving it back and forth and force the ambush to come to them.
And that'll open them up at the back, and then that'll give opportunities for the Wave going forward. The fact that the ambush has got two players trying to pressure the defense.
So Everton very vocal on the field so far. It's going to be Schmermund giving it back to Nascimento. Nascimento over to the near side for Hernandez. Tries to knock off the boards. Great steal by Matoso. As he'll wait for the rest of his team to recoup. Tried to get over to Letty, but once again Hernandez takes it for the ambush.
That give up there by Hernandez was just what I'm talking about. He tried to make something happen and he turned the ball over rather than going for a safe play and passing it to a teammate.
Letty almost knocked the ball into the Wave bench. Instead cuts to the inside, tried a shot. That's a good save by Nascimento, but the Wave immediately take over. Vega off the boards to Letty. Waits and tries to get it down low for Haney. And he gets it, and a side bicycle kick and a goal. As the ambush players talking to the referee, wanting a no call.
I think Nascimento has a case, to be honest. I think he was bundled into before the bicycle kick there by Andre Hain. Great finish, though. Absolutely great finish.
Once again, very close as a big collision between Nascimento off the boards and a great play. Really just a little bit of a bump given against him.
I do think that Nascimento has a case there against Andre Hain, but again, it's the inexperience of not playing with the boards. Hain knocks it off the board and was able to finish off his own rebound. Great finish, to be able to get up like that and finish that bicycle kick and have the wherewithal to know where the goal is. But as I say, the ambush fans know all about Andre Hain and know what he can do because he did that for 2 years here.
Now it's 4-0 in favor of the Wave. 9-0 in shots, the Wave lead. That's got to be a bit disgruntling for the ambush. Still can't get it on net. They really have tried some offensive pressure and almost got into the middle.
Goes back to what we said in the very start of this game when Kochikov had that chance. The opportunities are going to be few and far between, and what they do get, they really have to capitalize on. Now they're in a bit of a hole. Still, there's still 36 minutes of this game to go. But they have to calm down. And instead of rushing to make something happen, try a slow build-up. Make the Milwaukee Wave run a bit. But I also understand the fact that in the ambush players' minds, they're 4-0 down, they have to make something happen now. But I think they get into their own head a little bit.
The ambush are going to get that offensive chance as they start with the ball right after the timeout. And St. Louis with it back for St. Louis. Gives over to the far side, low give and go back and forth. Now Adamson tries to center it forward. Now that's stolen by Renault. And taken the other way by the ambush. Nice give and go by Ferdinand out to Renault. He's in the clear. Great. Looked like he was saved by the shoulder of Nascimento.
Made himself big there. He didn't give Renault a lot of goal to shoot out. Nascimento made himself big. This game could be a lot worse for the ambush if it weren't for Nascimento. He's pulled off 3 or 4 really good saves here this evening.
Limas cheating out of his net a bit as the Wave get their offense set up. Up top it goes to Santos right at center court. And inside Ricardinho. Right back to Santos now in front of the penalty box. Grabel. Try to work around an ambush player instead. Likes to give it back and a reset for Milwaukee.
Not many people are working around J.J. Gibson.
Not really around. You try and go into him. It's not going to work out too well, though.
No, it's like hitting a brick wall.
And Milwaukee giving a nice little back and forth back. Lemos, no one around him. He's looking forward. Renault right in front of the ambush net. They're just going to sit on this ball with just under 5 to play in the first half.
They're just burning the clock down. They just want to get to halftime, keep this 4-0 lead that they've got. And their defense will just play this all game.
Now they start to move forward. It's down the near side. Ricardinho up against Gibson. Nice stutter set move to the outside. Now in front. A good chance for the Wave. But a good kick out by Gibson to knock it back. But the Wave will take over still in the ambush end. Ruggles already with 1 goal of the night. Gets it over to the far side. Now down low for Ricardinho. He can't do anything with it, so gives back to the defense. Changing on the fly, stolen by the ambush, as no one was there for the Wave. This is the ambush's chance to get some offensive pressure. You can see the urgency there as it's moved up. Further up to Victor France, gets past one Wave player, try to push past forward, but good footing by the Wave to steal that ball.
Good steal again there by Lucas Almeida. It's France. Oh, that's Vadim Kochikov slides on in and gets a foul.
It's going to be another foul for him as he knocks down Bennett right on the boards, a slide tackle.
I think Milwaukee are asking for a blue card there, but they're not going to get it.
A very good clean escapes with the referee, but instead he'll just start with the ball at the yellow line. Now Lima's coming away out of his net, sends it across field all the way down. Against the boards, being pushed up against. Getting it back to Lemos. Back and forth, Josh Lemos. Just keeping it back away from the ambush, not letting him get any chance to score before the end of this first half. Works down to Bennett on the near side. Bennett tried a little move around, tried to send it towards the middle, off the boards, and Nascimento is able to pick it up in his crease and reset it for the ambush with 3 minutes to play in the first half. Lucas Almeida has some space and he'll take it, working down the left wing. Gives it down low. The center pass just a bit too high for Victor France, but off the glass, Schmerman with a chance. Goes off the boards. Schmerman gets it right back for the ambush and will get it back to France. France works his way in the shot. Good save by Lemos. Hernandez, or Everton rather, in front. But he couldn't get the ball down as that was bouncing all around him. And Almeida now tried the shot, blocked by the Wave.
Good phase of play there for the ambush. Couple of good shots. Schmerman saw his name in lights with his shot. He didn't quite catch cleanly. And then Everton had a chance. He couldn't turn in time, but good period of possession here for the ambush.
Everton off the boards, tried to set it in front to Almeida. Now France with a chance, but a good block in front by the Wave defense. Again, it right back as Everton off the boards in front to Almeida, but there was all Wave there, able to steal the ball, still being pressured though in their own end in the turnover, but a foul as St. Louis got the goal off, but doesn't look like they're going to count it as there's a foul committed by St. Louis just prior to the shot.
And Everton was screaming at the referee there. I don't think if that would have led to a goal, they'd have given the foul. But Everton was screaming there.
That was Everton, the player coach. He got the foul. Now it's going to be a foul by the Wave. That's going to be Leite. Getting another foul as the ambush will get a chance to take over with 97 seconds left in the first half.
Great finish by St. Louis, though.
Very nice finish. Just didn't count. He was just about ready to celebrate. So now Gibson tried to give and go, but they're looking for a blue card, it looks like the ambush are. Instead, it's just going to be a foul on the Wave, and it'll be ambush ball at the yellow line. The ambush get a two-man, or the Wave rather, get a two-man wall going as it's Pepe down the near side. He's knocked down hard against the board, and that's once again going to be a foul on the Wave. They're second in just about 10 seconds.
Foul number 99, Andre Hayes. That is his fourth of the half, resulting in a 2-minute penalty against the Waves.
So Hain with his fourth foul puts the ambush on the power play, but they're going
We now have a Panamans New York power
to have
play.
a timeout, it looks like, or maybe just a change for both teams.
If ever the ambush need a power play, it's now. They had a nice phase of possession there the last, 90 seconds before those fouls on Victor France.
Once again, fans, 4 fouls in 1 half. By the same player,
Just one goal here before half-time. Kind of changes the half-time team talk for Everton and Jamie Swanner, But they have to, again, they have to play smart. Don't rush this. They've still got a minute 24 this half.
Panamans New York power play. Noise meters on the board.
Haney in the box for 2-minute minor. It's going to be Almeida on the near side, kicking it in for the ambush. That pass can't get over to Everton, so France will have to give it back to Nascimento to reset. A minute 14 left in the half, as this penalty is going to bleed over into the second half. Everton able to get over to the far side. Back to him at the top, gets it down low for Almeida. Almeida, a couple of volleys off his own foot. Everton getting it started again, looking in front. Instead, back and forth between him and Pepe. Not really any attack set forth so far by the ambush. Now it's to the near side for France. Gives it back to Everton, the one-timer. Oh, just goes off the crossbar. And the ambush will regain possession on the far side. 37 seconds left as Almeida gets it back for Everton. Everton over to the near side, in front. Oh, great chance for Adamson, but he couldn't get the shot to go, and it's going to be the Wave the other way. Ian Bennett, short-handed, works down the near side, goes off the boards. Nobody was in front for by the Wave, but he was the only person heading downfield. As the ambush will have to hurry, only 14 seconds left in the half.
Ian Bennett was just going upfield there, trying to get his defense a rest. Because they know for the last 7 seconds here, they're going to be up against it.
Well, 4 seconds left. They're trying to work it in front. Didn't get the shot. Now Almeida, maybe a last second chance. But the buzzer sounds right as he was in his follow through. And that is how we will end the first half of play, with the Milwaukee Wave leading the St. Louis Ambush by the score of 4-0. Now, not the half they were looking forward to getting out to in your season opener, but still a very promising. You still got the power play going into the second half.
I thought the first 10 minutes, the ambush gave as good as they got. But you always felt that once the Waves scored their first goal, they were going to be up against it. I was kind of hoping that they'd ambush would reply in a similar vein that they did last week against KC Comets. But the Wave, I think, are a step above the KC Comets. They're very tactically astute, and they know that they can't allow the ambush just a glimmer of hope. And they really put their foot on the throat of the ambush there a bit in the second period.
Now, if you're Swanner going into the half, what are you saying to your team? You're down 4-0, but you got the home crowd behind you. Maybe get out and get an early one and put the Wave back on their heels.
I think that's exactly right. Get the early one. They've got, 40 seconds of man advantage in the first minute of the second half. They have to make that count. I don't think they got all but one shot there in the power play. They need to do a little better. I mean, they had one off the bar. It was close, and Everton had that screamer of a shot that went off the bar, and it was a good attempt. They need more of that. They need more of that. But Everton, in that power play, they waited for the right opportunity, and when it came, they went for it. They didn't rush that opportunity. I want them to see the ambush put their foot on the ball a bit. Not play conservatively, because conservatively won't get them anywhere, but make safe plays. Don't rush things. It's better to make the safe play side to side like the Wave have been doing, rather than lose possession and get on the back foot.
And that's how we will head into the half, with the Milwaukee Wave leading the St. Louis Ambush. We'll be right back. You are listening to MASL Soccer on YouTube.
And now let's welcome to the field, once again, the Belleville East High School dance team. Also, the Belleville East High School cheerleaders. Once again, let's hear for the Beverly East High School cheer and dance teams. Thank you, ladies.
Bush fans, it's time for the Country Club Car Wash Keep It Clean Challenge. We have two ambush players out here on the field. First, Carlos Contreras. He's representing Section 108. Where are you, Section 108? There they are. You guys are going with Carlos. He's the all-black Mark Twain model truck here on the field. And Casey Clark, he's in the red truck. And Casey's representing Section 122. Where are you? Oh, you guys are behind the goal. I already mentioned you guys. Come on. You have a solid fan section over there. Okay, you guys have to make 2 laps around the cone track, and whoever finishes first will be our winner. They'll be taking home that entire section, rather. We'll be taking home an in-and-out car wash courtesy of Country Club Car Wash. That's inside and outside of your vehicle. On your mark, get set, go! The red Mark Twain model truck in the lead. That is Casey Clark's. Little out of control as Carlos Contreras tries to make a jolt to get back in first place. Lap number 2, the checker flag, here they go. We have 2 ambush fans out here on the field. Give it up for them. Who's gonna win? It looks like Section 122 as we sit. Oh, we're going out of control, making our way down the final stretch. And it is Casey Clark, Section 122. You are our winner. Congratulations, all of you fans up there representing one of our goalkeepers for the ambush. You guys will receive coupons courtesy of Country Club Car Wash and inside and outside of your car. Look at him drive around with the checker flag in celebration. Thank you to our ambush players, fans. Give it up for them and make some noise.
Hello, Ambush fans. This is Chef Larry G., owner of Championship Catering. We serve the most amazing food for your wedding, corporate event, or just about any occasion. We are recognized as one of St. Louis's top caterers by Small Business Monthly. Check us out online at championshipcatering.com or call me, Chef Larry G., at 314-606-9520. And let's plan your party.
Ready for anything. At Mercy, your life is our life's work.
Going through a divorce or a family law matter can be an emotional time. Having an attorney that can relate to you can make one of the biggest differences when going through divorce. Our legal team and attorneys can help guide you through the process no matter what kind of case you face, whether it be a divorce, child custody matter, child support, paternity, adoption, or other family law matter. Whatever the family law issue may be, we are here to help you rebuild your life.
Hey fans, Cry Distributing and Anheuser-Busch remind you to drink responsibly at tonight's game. And don't forget to enter to win a replica ambush jersey here at tonight's game. Text SOCCER to 28748 to enter to win. Again, text SOCCER to 28748. Hey fans, either personal or business, CPAs for Hire is the right choice for your tax preparation needs. CPAs for Hire is the official accounting firm of the St. Louis Ambush. Keep informed all season long for score, stats, news, and much, much more. Visit MASLsoccer.com and follow at MASL Arena on Twitter for the latest news from around the MASL. Also, the MASL can be found on Facebook at facebook.com/MASL Soccer. Also, fans, it's not too late to get your Ambush season tickets. They are on sale right now for just $100, which includes free VIP parking. To purchase your Ambush season tickets as well as Ambush merchandise, go to Section 121.
Ambush fans, it's time for our Powerade and Coke Fan of the Game. I'm here in section 104, and I've already picked out my fan. And it's not any of you guys. It's not any of you guys. It's not you guys, but it's right down here, the girl in the gray. Can you hold up your sign for me? Right here. What's your name?
My name is Alyssa.
Alyssa, she's our Powerade and Coke Fan of the Game. Show us your spirit. Hold up that sign. Here's a Powerade bottle and towel for you. And come on, raise it up. Let the Ambush fans see what you have. There it is. I knew I chose you for your spirit. Fans, if you want to be the Ambush Fan of the Game, maybe next Sunday, come out with your Ambush gear, maybe some signs, maybe some towels, whatever, and come out and support the Ambush, and maybe you will be our Fan of the Game. One more time, give it up for Alyssa and our Powerade and Coke Fan of the Game.
All right, fans, it's now time for the DJ Brew Dance Cam.
Come on, ambush fans, show Bushwhacker those dance moves.
Hey fans, if the ambush score a goal during the third quarter, the fans in section 105 are going to get a great offer from Dick's Sporting Goods. Be sure to cheer the guys on. Again, it's in section 105 if the ambush scores a goal in the third
And
quarter.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in to the Family Arena here in St. Charles, Missouri. Getting ready for the second half of action. Patrick Kelly and Matt Bird alongside with you as the Wave lead the ambush by the score of 4-0, but the ambush get a little bit of a break. They start on the man advantage.
Last year, although it was a rough year for the ambush, they found themselves in this position a lot, you know. And what typically happened was the opposition would be 4, 5, 6 goals ahead, and they'd take the foot off the gas a little bit, and it allowed the ambush to get back in games, and they'd make them close again. So with the Wave playing tomorrow night, with the fact that they're 4-0 ahead, you don't know, maybe they can take the foot off the gas and the ambush can feed off that and maybe get something going. Other than that, the ambush have to, you know, really go for it in this second half. They've got nothing to lose. As you say, they've got the man advantage for what, 40 seconds? They have to get something in these 40 seconds. Whilst the power play came at the right time for them in the end of the first half, it would have been nice to have a solid 2 minutes, you know, without half time in the middle of it. But I'd love to have been a fly on the wall at half time in the dressing room to hear what Everton and Jamie Swanner had to say, because I bet they weren't happy, you know.
The ambush gets set once again on the power play. And they got to get a quick goal here if they want to get back in it. Down by 4, it's going to be the Wave starting with the ball.
St. Louis and Lita there having a conversation. They know each other because St. Louis played for the Wave with Corey Adamson for a while. So Lita and Wave know each other, but they had a little set too, and St. Louis fouled Lita there at the end of the first half.
The question for the Wave here is if you start with it, if you're going to hang back in your own zone, is the ambush are going to be hot on their tail.
The Wave are going to keep possession as long as they can. They don't want the ambush to get the ball in this 40 seconds with the man advantage.
That's exactly what the ambush are going to get on the near side boards. They're able to get back to Nascimento and work it forward.
But that just cost the ambush 20 seconds there, you know.
They only have 10 seconds left on that power plays. It's Everton quickly heading up the court, down to Almeida. And that's stolen once again by the Wave. Back to full strength. It's Santos coming in. The shot goes off the arm of Nascimento and cleared out of harm's way, but that's going to be a foul on the Wave.
And another blue card. And another power play.
That was Everton going down hard, kicked in the shin.
Hey fans, the next ambush home game is coming up next Sunday.
And it's going to be a
November
tripping
19th,
penalty.
The ambush take on the Harrisburg Heat right here at the Family Arena.
Andre Hayne, he was ejected in the last. For the last power play, he's found himself in the sin bin again.
We're offering a game day clinic next Sunday for $50, which includes a 2-hour clinic, a ticket to the game.
So let's reset and go again. We got another 2 minutes.
Contact the ambush office for more details.
They got to get a big goal here. It's going to be Almeida starting it for St. Louis. Works it up the player. Coach Everton will carry it into the Wave zone down the center. Gives it down the left wing, now back up top for Everton. Great ball movement so far for the ambush. They're trying to look in front. It's Pepe with it. Right back to Everton to reset. Almeida and Pepe, the countrymen, go back and forth with it. All on over the far side for Victor France. Now Everton being pressured hard down for Pepe. He tried a shot that goes way over the netting and into the upper bowl. It's going to be Wave ball.
And again, opportunities. You know, he has to strike that better than that. I mean, that went into row Z.
There's a long pass up by the Wave. Get it up to Renault. Renault carrying it after a lot of pressure by Costa. He has to get back to his defense as they're just going to, as you said, keep ball possession as long as they can. And they'll get up to Bennett. He's being held. No call, though, as Bennett will continue with the carrying it back into his own end and giving it to Renault. Now Renault up the middle. Has to spin around off of Hernandez. And then back down for Bennett.
Been really impressed with Renault's ball skills, you know. I mean, he's a big guy, big chunky guy, and the ball just sticks to his feet and players bounce off him. I mean, he's a big guy and players just bounce off him, and he's able to keep the ball while they're bouncing off him too. See why he's been one of their leading scorers, leading assist getters this season so far.
Now Everton goes down with Ruggles. No call, though, as it goes over to Almeida. There's just under 30 seconds left in the ambush man advantage. Everton working over to the far side, cuts it to the inside to Adamson. Now back to Almeida. Almeida had a shooting lane, didn't take it. Gives it back to Adamson. The shot just goes off the glass above the netting. And back to Everton. Everton has Adamson in front. He has a clear shooting lane. Little stutter step move and gets it over to the near side for Almeida. And back to Adamson, fakes the one-timer. Gets it stolen now. It's Bennett quickly the other way. Cuts the inside out to Haney, who's fresh out of the box. Haney cuts in, tries the shot. Great save by Nascimento, and he'll just kick that out of harm's way into the crowd. As it's going to be Wave balls. They're back to 5-on-5 action. Shots 11-2 in favor of the Wave with just over 12 to play.
Unfortunate there that the ball just bounced right for Haney as he was coming out of the box. You know, fresh legs, he's just sat for 2 minutes. Big save from Nascimento though. But again, Wave has scored 2 goals from these opportunities. Could it be a third?
They fake it. Ferdinand gets it down low. Ruggles can't settle it, but he'll get it back and then send it all the way to his goalkeeper, Lemos. Try to get it down. Nice header by the ambush to knock that back to midfield as it goes back and forth. That's going to be Almeida for the St. Louis ambush, taking it, getting up to Burko. Burko tried to get it over to Everton, who was all alone, but it was stolen. Very nice job by Ruggles. He goes down. No call, though, as Hernandez knocked him down. And it's Ferdinand with it for the Wave.
Delayed penalty here against the ambush. Ruggles did get the call, but the referee is playing advantage right now. That's the last thing that the ambush needed, to be honest.
And it's going to be touched by St. Louis. We're going to have a foul. They're pointing over to the bench.
It looks like Hernandez.
Yeah, it is going to be Hernandez. He thought he was going to get a card, rather. As he was saying, he was just pushing off and putting his hand up. But nevertheless, he knocked Ruggles down. Good job by Ruggles to sell it as well.
It was a bit. I didn't want to say that, but yeah. But again, Ruggles is an experienced pro. He knew how to maximize the damage there for Hernandez, and the ambush are going to pay for that.
As the Wave head onto the power play for the first time tonight, up 4-0 in this third quarter. They get set up, Letty. Able to get it over to Matos, now over to the near side. Ferdinand tried to center it. Good step-up move by the ambush to clear that out.
Yeah, very good tackle there by Dylan Hundelt. Big penalty kill here for the ambush. And that is the last thing they needed.
That's a goal by Ferdinand. Goes in between the legs of Nascimento as he was waiting for that centering shot. I think he saw someone to his right.
It was too quick. He just couldn't adjust his feet quick enough. And
now you look at this replay. Got it inside. Ferdinand tried to look in front as he did have somebody on the back door. But I don't think he's complaining about that, as it's now 5-0 in favor of the Wave.
That's unfortunate for Paolo. He's played well. He's made 3 or 4 quality saves, and to give up one like that off his legs. I mean, he immediately knew. He put his hand up to admit fault there, but he just the ball came at him so quickly he couldn't just adjust his feet quick enough.
Now, power play goal is going to put us back at even strength. St. Louis gets the offense started, a little give and go between Paulo and him. A great move to cut to the middle for St. Louis. As the offense starts for the ambush, over to Hernandez, out of the box, try to shot that hit the netting behind the Wave goal, and then Milwaukee will take over.
More shots though for the ambush this half already. I mean, they were outshot in the first half 16-6. I mean, it's no coincidence that the Wave are ahead when you look at that statistic. But you've got to take more shots at goal. I mean, you don't shoot, you don't score, and you need to buy a ticket if you're going to win the raffle. And they've got nothing to lose at this point at the ambush.
Both teams making some changes. That's Hall and Nascimento. Sends a pass that stays on the ground over to Gibson. Gibson tried the shot that went off the glass. Now good second effort trying by Hernandez to get that ball back for the ambush, and they're going to call a foul. But it's going to go in favor of the Wave, as that could have gone either way. It seemed as there were two players for each team fighting for that ball.
Yeah, I thought that the Wave got that call because they were on the defense at the time, but a little frustration now, a little bit of niggles coming into this game. Kochikov there called for that foul. You know, he's obviously going to be frustrated. He's looking for some shooting opportunities to get his name on the score sheet. You know, as a striker and not being able to take your opportunities, he's obviously going to be frustrated, and I think that's coming out into the play.
That's Ricardino for the ambush, able to clear it down for Letty. Letty looking in front, goes off of Nascimento, but a good save. As they'll hold on, throws it all the way out, looking for Pepe, and he finds him. That pass goes off his foot immediately to Bennett, who does a nice job of stealing the ball. And St. Louis with the steal up the middle. He did that a bit too far and takes it again. Now in the corner, try to shot, goes across the crease and wide.
That was all Stephen St. Louis there. You know, that was just sheer determination. He won the ball twice. You know, he lost it once himself and went back and got it, and then off the boards, turn and shot. And again, it's just little things like that the ambush have to keep doing. Already, I think the beginning of this second half, they've had more shots.
And Vega with a one-timer, and that makes it 6-0 in favor of the Wave.
And that's the danger. As the ambush go up their end of the field to try and get something, they're leaving themselves open at the back end.
Assisted by number 26, Ian Bennett.
Instead of turnover at midfield, turned it over for the Wave, then just doesn't even have to kick it, just a little bit of a redirection by Vega, and he sends it to the back of the net.
Looking back at the replay, absolutely great ball across by Ian Bennett there. The ambush with it all to do.
The ambush are going to get to start again. Everton, the player coach, going to do the kickoff for St. Louis. A long kickoff, try to get up to Everton, goes off the corner board zone, stolen by Lemos, quickly up to Ferdinand. Ferdinand pulls back, and we'll reset with his defense back to the goaltender, Josh Lemos.
And now the goal for the ambush is, whilst everyone may think that this game is out of reach, they have to get this crowd into the game. They have to find something for this crowd to get excited about. And Everton's on the field here. He's watching the demeanor of his players. He wants to see some fights. He's looking to see something to give this team a pick-me-up.
There's a foul on the Wave. It's gobbled down in front of the Wave net. He got something in his eye, it looks like. But the play will continue as St. Louis gets it down low for Kochikov. That ball goes too far as the Wave were trying to steal it and take it the other way, but it goes into their bench.
Wholesale changes here for the ambush. And this is an opportunity now. Get something. Get something from this. Give the crowd a pick-me-up.
Everton fakes it down low. The shot goes off the leg of Lemos. Now both players go up for a header attempt. No one can touch it though, so it goes back to Almeida for the ambush.
Good save by Lemos there. I mean, he's not had really that much to do in this game, and he came up big there.
Now Everton with the chance, but that's a good diving save by the Toronto native. As he'll move it forward for the Wave. Ferdinand being pushed up against, no call. As Pepe takes over for the ambush, gets it into Everton. Everton makes a starter set move off a leg of a Wave player. But we're going to have, it looks like a foul.
There's a handball on Renault there. Bit unfortunate. I think the ball bounced off the either his leg or the floor straight onto his hand.
So Ambush are going to get this ball at the yellow line. Everton at the top to starters. They have one man down by the net. Almeida cheats down low. The one-timer by France goes off a body in front. The header by Everton goes to the Wave, then given to Lemos, who will chuck that ball all the way down court. Tried to get it to Renault, and he successfully does. But hot in his trail is Pepe. Out of Ferdinand. Ferdinand wide in front. Gives over to Matos. Great job in front by the Ambush to block that shot.
That's just like what I was talking about there. The ball came over to Renault across the entire field. He was able not only to trap the ball, hold off the defender, and make something happen.
St. Louis loses that ball off the throw, and he quickly works up, though, takes that ball. No call, though, as he advances it forward to Hernandez. Passes the yellow line, cuts in front, the shot. No rebound, though, as Lemos made a nice save. And now Renault trying to reset up. Nice kick all the way up. It's going to be picked up by Letty. So he gets his pocket picked by Hundelt. The Ambush give it back to Paulo, and we'll reset.
I know that the Wave have outscored the Ambush here 2-0 in the beginning of the second half, but there's positive things here happening for the Ambush. They have to go for it, and they are going for it, and I understand that they're leaving themselves open at the back, and it's going to give the Wave opportunity, but there are silver linings here for the Ambush.
Bennett works in for the Wave, tries a shot, just misses the net wide, and will work its way over to the far side for Letty. Looks in front, shot blocked by Gibson, and we'll go back to Rick Nerdo.
Lemos in the beginning of the second half has to make a couple of really good saves to keep the clean sheet going.
We're moving up as Ricardino. There's going to be a whistle, and it's going to go in favor of the Ambush. They're going to get this ball midfield right in front of their own bench.
Wave foul, number 16, Drew Ruggles.
Not sure what that was for.
Ruggles was way in the offensive end of the field with the Ambush. Off the ball foul, and the Ambush will take over. It's Everton on the left wing. Pushes it forward to Acosta. It'll push it forward. Now here's France. France looking in front. He has a man. That's a goal for the Ambush, the first at home this season, and it's 6-1.
Great work along this near side here. Victor France, Everton. Absolutely fantastic cross across the face of goal for the finish. And that's just what I'm saying. Give the fans something.
It's going to be the St. Louis native Schmermund with it. It's a great job. France got that ball from Everton, worked into the corner. Easy touch there by Schmermund. And just like that, the Ambush have life.
Ambush goal, his first of the season.
Schmermund still had a lot to do there. He made it look easy, but he still had to be that defender and finish the goal.
And we now have official timeout on the field.
And we're going to have an official timeout with just about 5.5 to play in this third quarter. But the Ambush get it on the board. That's just what they needed, not as early as they maybe wanted, but still you show that you have some offensive pressure, and maybe the Wave will have to change up their strategy now.
And that would be exactly what Everton's wanted to see. He's wanted to see some fight, he's wanted to see some determination. Everton will have wanted to see this response in the second half.
We just scored.
Another one, and then another one, and then who knows where we're at.
That's what I like.
Again,
congratulations, Road.
It worries me though, as we push forward, we're going to leave a lot of space open in the back for the Wave to pick us off. But we've left ourselves no opportunity now. That we have to. We have to go for it. And we have to trust our defense that, the likes of Dylan Hundel, the likes of Paulo Nascimento can hold them at bay. But it gives a little bit of something there for the fans to cheer, and who knows, maybe the momentum can swing our way a bit.
All fans in section 105.
It's going to be the Wave taking over after allowing that goal.
From next morning.
It's going to be Ferdinand starting with it. Now Everton's still out there
He's worked his socks off Everton today.
He knows what needs to be done. Also been very vocal on the field all day today, as he's been coaching from the field, and that's going to be a trip up. It's going to be a foul on Everton, speak of the devil. And it's going to be wave ball at midfield.
He's been very vocal towards the referees. I'm sure that referee Don Tebow tomorrow will still have Everton's voice in his ears.
Now Lemos will start the attack for the wave. Now it's stolen by Schmerman. Schmerman heading up the right wing, being pressured hard against the boards by Curiel. That's going to be a foul against Milwaukee. Once again, St. Louis will have a great chance to add to their already one goal.
This goes back to what I was saying though as well, Patrick. You know that I think the Milwaukee Wave have taken their foot off the gas just a little bit here. They were 4-0 up at half time. They went up to 6-0. They thought, job done. And the Ambush have to really go for it now and hope that the Milwaukee Wave can't put their foot back on the accelerator.
Now, Paulo way out of his net in the offensive end of the field. He's going back and forth with Everton. Now down to St. Louis. He tried to center, but he'll go back to Everton at the yellow line now. Gets it down to the inside to St. Louis. Try to work in front, but back to Everton at the top. Everton coaching, as you see, moves up Paulo as they go back and forth.
And this is what they should have been doing in the first half. You know, they put the foot on the ball, they're spraying it around, they're letting the Wave have to do all the running, and they're not really rushing here, the Ambush. They're making the smart play, they're making the smart passes, and they're dictating play. Even though they're 6-1 down, the Ambush here is dictating the play.
Now it's Victor France on the far side trying to cut to the middle. He does, gets the shot off, but good block and thump by Rampa. And now a foul is going to be called on Victor France. And it goes against Vega. As France will have his first foul of the night. It's going to be the Wave with it. It's going to be Lemos who will take it immediately. Another kick up to Letty. Letty all alone. Maybe he can get a shot off. He doesn't. Gets the goal on the far side. 7-1 now in favor of Milwaukee.
And while the Ambush were arguing the free kick with the officials, the Wave just called them napping there. Quick restart, straight to Leedy down the right-hand side, and he buried it.
And for more information about Scott Nair Photography, visit his website.
You see a bit of confusion by the Ambush. Didn't really know stuff was going on. Then Everton tried to catch up, but it was too late as Leedy was all alone and just blows that past Paulo.
And that one is not on Paolo Nascimento. He was left hanging there by his defense. And that's a real shame after the Ambush managed to claw one back. They found themselves in the same hole they were in before. But same again, keep your foot on the ball. Try and dictate the play again and go again and get another one.
That's Paulo with it. Gets it down to Pepe. Pepe works it for Gibson. Gibson with his back to the goal for Pepe. Pepe at the line gets it to Hernandez, then over to Paulo. The Ambush really doing a good job getting this offense set up, looking for that open kick. Paulo will step forward, take the kick himself, stays on the ground. And that was Kochikov trying to get the rebound, but he couldn't settle that.
Came too quickly for Kochikov there. If he knew any more about it, he'd probably been able to pounce on it.
Paulo works it for Hernandez. Hernandez trying to break past this Milwaukee wall. Instead has to work back into his own end. And still a lot of pressure being put on by Milwaukee. Gets a long kick up to Gibson. Gibson, the big man, goes up against Bennett, able to steal it. And both of them go down. It's going to be a foul on Gibson. It will be wave ball.
Great work down there by Nestor Hernandez. He had three Milwaukee Wave guys preying on him. He managed to turn and send the ball across the field there to Gibson.
The Wave will just knock that all the way down. Paulo was able to get it up to Burko, but he fell as he settled that ball. But no one was there for the wave off that pass. Call it to Everton. Everton able to work it up to Schmermond. And we'll go back to the goalkeeper. Oh, Pepe just give and go off the boards with Everton. Now down low, fighting for that is Victor France. He's pushed up against the boards. Not able to steal that ball though as the wave give a crossfield. And all alone now is Bennett. Bennett in one-on-one, tries a shot in, he gets the goal. That's going to make it 8-1 in favor of Milwaukee as they are starting to run away with this one.
Leave ourselves open at the back, pushing forwards for our second goal, and that's what happens. Ian Bennett is not going to miss from there.
Especially one-on-one with the goalie. Paulo tried to come out, tried to cut out.
Stephanina's Pizzeria and Restaurant, where we use Chef's old Italian recipes to prepare your pizza.
Tried to cut down that screen.
And a long list of appetizers.
We're going to have another timeout.
Will make family-friendly Stephanina's
can only come out and do so much. The striker of Bennett's ability is able to bend that around every time, hit the inside of the post, and it's hit the net. I just say, Nascimento came out, tried to break down the angles a little, but Bennett's just a seasoned pro, and he's going to finish that 99 times out of 100.
Now, I'm not sure what you're talking about if you're the Wave here. You're up 8-1. You know, it's late in the third quarter, and you still got a game tomorrow as well.
They still have to be professionals, though. And I think if I'm the coach, I'm still telling them to play as they can. And their coach, their coach wants to see what they do in this situation when they're 8-1 ahead. Do they have players that dial it in? Because he doesn't want to see that. He still wants to see his players go 100%. If I was Olivero, I'd just say, keep doing what you're doing. But it's easy to see why everyone thinks the Wave are the quality of this Central Conference.
Not just that, they keep coming. They started towards the end of the second half, kind of sitting back, just playing it back and forth between the goalie and the defenseman. Now they see the opportunities. They're going to attack on them.
And it concerned me in the first quarter the way that they were making the ambush run. Way they dictated play and they made the ambush run, that we would run out of gas. And I think that may have come into fruition a little bit. The ambush squad, it's been a lot of new players that Everton's brought in. They're still not quite au fait with playing together. They've not quite gelled, they've not quite clicked yet as a unit, and the Wave are going to take.
A couple of nice plays by Ferdinand, tried to give it over. He almost got a shot off, but couldn't find it.
So yeah, going back, I think that the ambush, a lot of new players come in this season. They've just not quite gelled yet. They've quite not found their feet. They're not used to playing together. But that'll come. That'll come in time.
Now, Almeida gets it over. Great chance for the ambush, but that rings off the post. Now off the boards again, another chance for the ambush, but that one goes wide. But St. Louis still in control of it. It's Everton.
Yeah, Robert Costa's going to want that back. He kind of glanced off his foot. He would like to make a bit more contact there, and that's in the back of the net.
And here comes Paulo out for the ambush, gets it down to Schmerman. He already has one goal tonight. Tried to get over to the far side for Costa, but he couldn't settle that. And now Rampa stepping up as Everton, and that's going to be a foul. He's not too happy about that.
That's just pure frustration from Everton.
He just lifts him up almost.
And especially the reaction afterwards at the referees. Everton's obviously unhappy as the way this has gone. But that's meat and drink to the Wave. They'll just take those fouls all day.
Ambush foul is on.
The Wave tried to push forward, but it's stolen by Ricardino. Ricardino tried the chance, but a good slide tackle at the last second by Almeida sends that into the netting.
Yeah, Almeida made a really good run to even get to that ball across midfield, and it did even better to make the block.
On the dying seconds of the third quarter, it's going to be the Wave with it in their offensive end. They let that ball go all the way back to Lemos. So they might not take a shot.
No, I think they'll just play out, maybe get a shot in the last, 2 seconds or so, but they'll be quite happy to let these seconds drift by.
See Lemos just saying settling down, gets up to Haney, 3 seconds left as they get in, tried the give and go, but the ambush cleared out of harm's way, and that will end the third quarter as the Milwaukee Wave lead the St. Louis Ambush by the score of 8-1, heading in to our final quarter of play.
The first 10, 12 minutes of the third quarter, I thought the Ambush played really well. I mean, they took the game, they tried to dictate the play. The Wave just keep picking them off. The Ambush have to go for it. They have to try and make things happen. And they're leaving themselves open at the back. And, Renault, Bennett, and Lita, they're just getting these one-on-one opportunities. And Nascimento's got no chance, really.
Don't fret over what you forget.
I feel kind of sorry for Nascimento.
With Schnucks Delivers, fresh groceries can be at your door in as little as 1 hour. You order, we shop. Schnucks Delivers. Sign up today.
They're leaving themselves wide open at the back.
But it seems like they are getting stuff happening. While they only have 1 goal, a lot of offensive pressure, a lot of quality shots coming from St. Louis in that third quarter.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of shots that they won back. And, I just mentioned that one from Acosta there that he just glanced off his foot when a bit more contact, and that's in the back. They had a couple off the post, off the bar. Lemos had to make a couple of good saves too. I think the Ambush probably had more shots in that third quarter than they did in the whole first half.
Oh, I've seen already a few.
We'll take a short break. When we come back, it will be the fourth quarter play between the Wave and the Ambush. You are listening to MASL Soccer.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's the end. We have a total of 5 in the shopping cart. Our winning apple is number 305. 305. If this is your apple, head over to the merchandise stand in section 121 and claim your $100 gift card to Schnucks. Thank you for everyone to playing, and thank you to Schnucks. Fans, Perez Family Chiropractic is our official provider for some stress balls and t-shirts coming your way. Get up, get on your feet. Are you ready for some stress balls? Come on, Ambush fans, get loud. Thank you, Perez Family Chiropractic. And Ambush fans, one more time, make some noise!
And welcome back into the Family Arena, ladies and gentlemen, for this fourth quarter of play as the Milwaukee Wave lead the St. Louis Ambush by the score of 8-1. Only 1 goal for the Ambush so far coming in the middle of that third quarter, but still a lot of offensive pressure as St. Louis keeps pushing to try and narrow that lead.
Yeah, you have to take silver linings at this point, and that's definitely one, is the fact that they had a lot of pressure, a lot of shots in that third quarter, and let's go again, fourth quarter. I think what people have to realize is that the Milwaukee Wave and the Baltimore Blast are probably the 2 best teams that the Ambush are going to face this year. So whilst it looks not ideal that the Ambush are probably going to be 0-2 after 2 games, they played 2 of the toughest games this season already. They played the KC Comets in Kansas City, and they played this Milwaukee Wave team. Going forward against the likes of Harrisburg and Cedar Rapids, they're going to be a lot more closer. And plus, as I say, the Ambush have got a lot of new players. They've not quite gelled yet. They've not quite clicked with each other. And this player's going to be coming back from injury. The Ross McGregor will come back. He's got a busted up toe right now. A couple of other players like Jacob Corsley, who's got a lot of experience playing in the USL with Colorado Springs. He played with the St. Louis Lions. You know, they've got some quality players to come back as well. So it's not all doom and gloom.
Definitely getting these 2 games out of the way definitely gives you a better attack when you're facing these other teams. You know, people that are going to be in the middle of the pack like you've already played the top teams in the country, and now you have a better idea of the pressure that you need to set to get ahead.
Oh, absolutely. And the Milwaukee Wave here, they're not patronizing the ambush by taking it easy on them either. I mean, the Wave have gone full bore. But you're right. I mean, hopefully this will stand the ambush in good stead when they play the Harrisburgs, when they play the Syracuses of the league, where I think it'll be a lot more even.
Speaking of Harrisburg, they will be coming here, as this is the first of 2 home games for the ambush. That game will be on November 19th here at the Family Arena at 3 p.m.
I drove to Harrisburg myself for the St. Louis FC game at the end of August. I don't envy the Harrisburg players getting on a bus and driving all the way to St. Louis. I've got to be honest.
Well, if you're Milwaukee, you're just in a big triangle. You start in Milwaukee, you're coming down to St. Louis, traveling across 70 tonight, playing in Kansas City, then it's right back to home in Milwaukee.
Well, it makes total sense, you know, play a couple of road games in a row and get the travel out of the way all in one go.
Now the Wave with possession. Done a nice job keeping possession so far in this first minute as it's Santos. He's free and working in, tried the pass over, but that's broken up by Hernandez at the last second. Wave get it back on the far side as the ambush couldn't get on that.
Absolutely essential little touch there by Hernandez just to knock that ball out of its trajectory. Otherwise, that had been the 9th goal.
As Renault tries a chance, but a great save by Paulo. The Wave once again with the rebound. Get to set up the offense, moving it back to midfield. Now Letty breaks free of a couple of defenders down the left side, tries to save, but Paulo came out and was there to meet him and block the shot.
You know, if I was Oliveira, the Milwaukee coach there at the intermission, my advice would have been see the game out, don't do anything silly, don't get injured. I mean, especially with the game tomorrow, don't pull a hamstring, play safe, see the game out, take the win, and clear off to Kansas City.
Now Renault goes a pass in low, a chance and a shot just goes wide as they tried the give and go. That was Rampa giving it to Haney in front. Well, the ambush in their own end, trying to clear it out. It's Burko with the reverse kick back to midfield, but the ambush, or the Wave rather, all over that, knocking Pepe off the ball and taking over in their own end.
Not mentioned Ramper a lot, you know, the Milwaukee captain there, but experienced player. I mean, he plays for the Tibet national team.
Now, the Wave trying again to work around keeping possession. It's just Ruggles going back and forth. Up against Burko. The Wave again, moving it forward. Pressure by the ambush, almost stolen by Hernandez, but it's able to go back to the defense for Ricardino. And it'll be Lemos starting it up the middle. He can carry it a little bit, then kicks it forward. Bennett being pressured against the boards, able to spin around. Still trying to get past one more player, but instead of trying to get around to Costa, will give it back to his goalkeeper, who moves it forward to Ferdinand.
Bennett did really well there. He had a Costa on his tail. He managed to just hold the ball up, pass it back, find a guy, and then the Wave can reset. And just the Wave here, just killing time, killing the clock. Just making the ambush run for the ball. And, you know, Adamson here, he's trying to put some pressure on, but he's caught between the last defender and the goalkeeper, because that's all he can do, really.
The Wave just passing it back, not really wanting to make any mistakes and give up a turnover. The nice give and go advances. Fernandez up the left side. He's pressured by Gibson, gets it to the middle and back to Ferdinand rather, at midfield. Cleared in, it's going to be picked up by Paulo. Can't quite pick it up though, actually, as it just goes past him. Now it's stolen from Acosta, and Ricardino in. Now Ruggles had a chance, but he couldn't get the shot off as that was sitting there in the crease, but taken by St. Louis. Now Schmerman, the St. Louis native, Drops it back for Acosta and then gives over to the goalkeeper, Paulo. Paulo off the boards. And the Ambush are able to maintain possession as that was almost a turnover towards Milwaukee. A hard kick by Acosta all the way up into the stands. And it's going to be the Wave taking over. Just over 10 to play in this game, led by the Wave. They start off with 2 in that first half and got a quick 6 in that third quarter, and we're going to have another.
And they're going to talk about this. They know they can score off these restarts. They're going to talk about this and try and get another one on the board.
And for this timeout, we'll take a quick break here watching MASL Soccer on YouTube.
Denise, Johan Ningmeyer, Gary Cook, Chelsea Besser, Jay Siegel, Brian Dunn, Phil Sadler, Kevin Spellbrine, and Roger Canedo. Again, please report to the Enduro and Sons Pizza table on the concourse.
Ambush fans, it's time for the Marcus Theaters Trivia Slide. I'm here with Brady. We're in between
section 116 and 117.
Just in the fourth quarter, play 10-20 left as the Milwaukee Wave lead the St. Louis Ambush by the score of 8-1. Schmerman with a lone goal for the Ambush. Is heading back in it as Paulo, and it's going to be a free kick for the Wave. In the offensive end, they've already got 2 goals off this so far tonight.
Yeah, and they won a third. I mean, they seem to have the restarts down past to what they want to do and what they want to execute. And they took the time out to discuss it, and we'll see what they come up with.
Ferdinand takes a shot, drops it for Letty. Letty, the pass, give and go back off the leg and into the netting.
Good block there by Victor Franz.
Since France barked at, that's going to be the Wave taking over once again. Ferdinand will kick it in this time. A little bit of a box set up by Everton. Then a whistle. There could be foul, and this is a lot of confusion. Everton in the face of the ref.
Everton does not look happy with the discussion. I just think it's going to be a restart, though.
I think he just wanted that ball back since St. Louis, off that bad turnover, were able to get the ball back. As Letty tried the shot, slipping was Paulo briefly, but kicks out off the boards. And now a foul going against Milwaukee.
Victor Franz just fell over the back of the Milwaukee player there. The Milwaukee player didn't know too much about that foul, but the Ambush will take it.
It's immediately stolen from Everton. Tried to center it to Ferdinand. Now Renault with another chance, but couldn't get his foot on the ball, and it's going to be stolen right back by Everton. Going in front of his own net. Very scary play as it's going to be turned over, and Bennett gets the easy goal after a costly turnover by the Ambush, and that's going to make it 9-1 in favor of Milwaukee.
If ever there was a goal that sums up the night for the Ambush, that was it. They had every opportunity to clear the ball there, but Everton and Nascimento just couldn't get on the same page as to what they want to do with it, and the result is the result. But that goes back to what I was saying about new players. They're all coming in at the same time. They don't quite gel yet. They don't quite know what the teammate's going to do. They don't quite know what where the teammate's going to be to make the pass, and those kinks will be ironed out in the future. I mean, 2 or 3 games forward, that goal doesn't happen.
You know, with that turnover, that was Everton with the turnover. The benefit of that is he's the coach. He knows, he doesn't need to tell anybody not to do that. He knows immediately his mistake that was made.
Oh yeah, he'll be furious with himself right there.
The Ambush will try and restart. Paulo way out of his net, works his way in. The shot goes off a body in front, and now quickly the other way. It's a Wave. Instead of shooting it, they'll elect to just knock it hard off the boards and give it right back. And it's the possession once again by St. Louis. Gets it up front. Gibson can't get there, so it's turned over once again. The Wave hard against the boards, pushing forward. It's Chirel, knocks it off the glass, but Paulo was there to stop that.
Victor Franz was arguing he got pushed off the ball there, but No call by the referee.
The ambush doing a little bit more pushing against those boards, just getting a little bit nitty-gritty, maybe trying to get in the head of this Milwaukee Wave team.
I think a lot of it's frustration at this point. They've thrown everything they can at the Milwaukee Wave. It's just not happened for them tonight. I do think there's better days to come for the ambush.
Try to get the long pass up for the Wave, but Pepe was in the middle of that to intercept it. And Paulo tried to get it up, stolen by Santos at midfield. The Wave will just push back, give it back to their goalie. They try and kill more time with 4.5 left. Gets up to Ruggles. Ruggles a chance. Hits it hard off the glass. Now another chance. That goes off the boards. Hits the fan as they reach their hands out, and that's going to be a whistle. And the ball will go in favor of the ambush. Bit of a break there as the little girl right there reached her hands over the boards to make contact with that ball.
It just allowed everyone just to calm down, take a breath. Good shot that by Ruggles though. Good turn and shot. Hit the post.
The city of St. Charles.
The rebound though, he couldn't do as well with it.
Where Christmas past and present become one. Storybook characters come to life. Christmas tradition runs
now
from
the ambush in
November
front of their
24th
own bench, able to start it up.
Main Street here in St. Charles.
Trying to maybe get their second as Paulo moves it to Acosta. Just back and forth. The forwards move into position, back to Acosta. Acosta winds up instead, takes a pass. Now off the boards for Hernandez. Cross to Paulo. Now move down low for Victor France. France gets it over Hernandez. Hernandez, the shot. And that just goes off the Wave as they didn't reach Limos. Wave reset. Ricardino loses the ball briefly now. A couple players down in the field. That's Hernandez, but he maintains position. Now he's knocked down. That's going to be a foul on Ricardino.
Just watching Everton's body language on the bench. He is very animated. I think he's furious as to what's happened here. He's coming on as the extra player as Paulo goes off. But I think he understands the scope of his work ahead of him. He knows there's a lot of improvements being made.
There's Casey Clark's goalie jersey on as the ambush trying some offensive pressure. Can't get a shot off. Now Hernandez is blocked in front by Ruggles. But the ambush are able to step up there, keep possession back to the top for Everton down to France. Give go between France and Hernandez, and it's given back up to Everton. On the far side, Acosta tried a shot, but that immediately hits off or no. Out of play in the ambush. We'll get to reset.
Again, get something here, get something for the fans to cheer about, give the fans something to cling to going forward, and there's the goal!
And that's exactly what they do as France knocks out the boards, and Gibson was right there to pick up the rebound, and it's 9-2. The ambush just slowly trying to knock away, just get as many goals as they can before time expires.
Give the fans something. Give them something to cheer for. Give them something to cling to as we watch the replay here.
Second. The seat of the score by number 92.
Great play to the inside. I don't know if France was intending to knock out the boards or if that was a shot that just went wide.
I think it took a deflection. It wasn't a shot. It took a deflection off a Wave guy that took it onto the boards, and Gibson was there just to knock it in.
Great heads-up plays. Gibson immediately was on the far side, moved inwards. He got the shot off. Now it's a 7-goal game as the Wave will just clear it all the way down off the glass in front. Good save by Paulo, but the pressure continues as Rampa knocks that off the netting and will go into the crowd.
That really was a good reflex save by Paulo. He's made a few tonight, you know. I mean, he'll be kicking himself for the goal that he gave up that went off the inside of his heel. But a lot of these goals that the Wave have scored, he's really not been able to do much about them, especially the one-on-ones in the second half.
The Wave will start with it in the corner. Ferdinand, immediately the shot goes off, but it's blocked in front by Costa. The ambush trying to work the other way. Pushing up forward is Burko. Still out of the net is Limos. He gets the shot. Oh, just gets his leg on it. As there's a new goalie in now.
It's Rafa.
That's Rafa. Apologies, as they made a change possibly on that last whistle.
And he was immediately called into duty, and he had to find his feet real quickly there, so to speak. This is good tactic by the Wave to get their second string goalkeeper some minutes here.
Rafa making his first appearance of the season. Is this going to be a corner kick for the ambush? Almeida will just send it back for France, working it around. St. Louis trying to get back to Everton. Everton being pressured by one-way player, but France works his way back to be able to settle that ball and reset. Now Everton works to the outside. St. Louis, nice stutter set move. Able to get it back cleanly to to Everton rather.
Get the ball across to Pepe there in at the back post, but they just couldn't be able to do it. He was all alone.
Immediately stolen by France off the pass. France gets it down low for Gibson. Gibson looking to go off the boards. He does. France gets the chance, but he'll knock it hard off the board, just wide. A long pass, trying to get it up to Bennett. Instead, kicked forward by Everton. The ambush gets to start up again. The outside is Pepe, back to Everton, and the rebound to Pepe. Down low for Almeida. Everton at the top. Gets it down to St. Louis as they're trying to start an offensive thing. Oh, it looked like St. Louis was going to do a cross-side pass, but instead into Pepe. Now Gibson almost got the shot, but he was knocked down at the last second. Still there is Pepe. Now Gibson, the big man, trying to work with the ball. It's going to be Matos being pushed up against the boards hard by Everton. You can sense some of that frustration as he gives a little bit of an extra push in.
And there's the blue card. It was coming. Patrick, that was coming. That was just sheer frustration from Everton. I saw it on the sidelines before he came on when he was putting on the Clark's jersey. He was frustrated about how this game had gone.
One of the Wave players is still down.
You know, when you bring in a Brazilian coach, you get Brazilian emotions. And they, needless to say, they take their football very seriously, the Brazilians.
I'd say the English do as well.
Yeah, but we don't have the record that the Brazilians do. I mean, I can only dream of having won 5 World Cups.
Visit gkunion.com or go visit.
My brother-in-law is from Brazil. He reminds me of that all the time.
Well, World Cup's coming up. Maybe you guys can get one in your favor.
England are good in the World Cups when it's the U17s, the U20s, the U21s. As soon as those kids have to make the jump to the major national team, something just happens, and something just happens, and their legs turn to pudding or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm used to it though.
Now just about 4.5 to play as the Wave gets set up on the power play. Second one tonight. They're already 1 for 1. As Santos goes back and forth, Paulo back in the net as Everton is out in the box. Now on this power play this time, Lemos staying further back as a shot by Wave goes across the crease but can't find the net. We'll go back to Santos. Santos creeping forward at the yellow line. Fakes it down to Ricardinho.
Well, Rafa here, I mean, he just came on. He wants to keep a clean sheet. You know, just for the minutes he's playing, it's important for him.
The Wave try to center in front. That's Bennett. Spinning around, the shot goes off the glass. We'll go back to the Wave. There it is, Rafa. The goalie still sticking back. Ferdinand. Give and go back to Ferdinand. Now off the boards. Ferdinand cut in front, but Paulo was there to push him away. Quickly now Burko having to spin around. Short-handed, loses the ball. Now a race for it and a slide tackle by the ambush, but there's a whistle. It's going to be a foul on the ambush and will go in favor of the Wave. They'll get to restart with just under 40 to play, or just under 40 left in their power play.
This game can't end soon enough for the ambush. They look like wounded warriors out there right now. They're tired. They've given it all they have, and it's just not happened for them tonight.
Now Pepe trying to get some offensive pressure, still shorthanded with 20 seconds left, gets the shot in. A good, easy save by Rafa as he went down to settle that. Furman advancing up the center, no pressure at all, and then meets St. Louis, so he gives it to the outside and give and go back to Ferdinand. Under 3 to play in this 9-2 game. As Everton is now out of the box, he heads towards the bench, and coming out is Gibson. Gibson right out of the box, or out of the bench rather, couldn't get that pass. It was too hot for him to handle. And it'll be Rafa resetting it for Milwaukee.
This will be a big eye-opener for Everton, just how good they're going to have to be to contend with this Milwaukee Wave team going forward. The Milwaukee Wave team are the standard bearer for the Central Division. But he's going to show Everton and Jamie Swanner and Mark Little the standards that they're going to have to reach to get on this level.
And the Wave have a little bit of a break between the ambush, as they will not play again until they come here again on December 8th. There's another foul, this time by Gibson of the ambush, and that's going to be another foul against St. Louis, as Milwaukee will take over with under 2 minutes to play.
Serenity float spa, cycle bar, Mercy.
I don't think Gibson knew too much about that foul.
When
someone runs into JJ Gibson, they tend to fall down.
For helping keep our players healthy and fit all.
Now long kick up by Rafa, gets to Gamble. Gamble has a couple people in front. He gets the shot in off the post, kept away by Pepe, off the boards now a bicycle kick, and that's blocked once again by Acosta.
Andre Haynes already had one of those bicycle kicks go in. He fancied another.
Now St. Louis moving forward, tried to get the pass, goes off the boards. Rafa stepping up though and clearing that all the way down and out of bounds. It's going to be ambush ball with just 66 seconds left in this fourth quarter.
Let's see what the ambush can draw up here. And again, big chance to send these fans home with something.
Contact the ambush office or Bedford.
I think Everton's just going to blast this.
So you said Everton back on the field, tries a shot, blocked in front, and it goes all the way into the crowd. But once again, it will be ambush ball.
Everton just blasting that, giving all the venom from this game on that kick. He proper put his laces through it, you know.
Please do not jump over the boards.
A little back and forth action as Almeida gets it back to Everton. Give and go with less than a minute left. Gibson drops it down for France. France looks towards the boards. He'll knock it too far. Is he at Adamson? A good step up by Everton to avoid Bennett getting a breakaway with no goalie in the net.
Good tackle that by Everton, considering he just went off for doing something very similar.
Kickoff is scheduled for 3:05 right here at the Family
The ambush working very quickly, just trying to get one more, as you said, give some of the fans to go home with, even with a smile on their face at 30 seconds left. Gibson tried to get it to Almeida, but it's stolen by the ambush, and a good step-up play by Everton to keep it in the offensive end. Off the boards, down low for France, off the boards in front. Almeida had a chance, but couldn't get that on net. The big man Gibson steps up and jumps up in the air, being pressured by a couple players, but able to get it. Tries the shot, but instead goes over to the far side for Pepe. Off the boards, no one can grab that for the ambush though. And that will end the game as the Milwaukee Wave will pick up their third win of the season, defeating the St. Louis Ambush by the score of 9-2.
In summary, there are better days to come for the Ambush. I mean, I think that's easy to see, that there's things there tonight that you've seen that going forward that they can improve on, obviously. They just came up against a really good Milwaukee Wave club. They're just going to have to take their licks and move on. But there are things there, you know, that Everton can work with. He'll be as frustrated as anyone tonight by the way that went. I thought that the Ambush came out after half-time and played really well, considering they were 4-0 down, then 6-0 down, and then
one of the biggest things for me is
I'm
doing the 12-week challenge. My whole family motivated me, and I think that's a huge part of my success. In 12 weeks, I lost 47
man of the
pounds.
matches were Renault and Bennett and Lita. They were just cherry-picking down there as the Ambush sent all the players forward.
Definitely some credit has to go to Lemos. He obviously left the game halfway through the fourth quarter, but had to make some very strong saves in that third quarter to keep the score what it was.
Same too with Paolo. You know, Paolo had to make some really good saves just to keep it somewhat respectable.
And that's going to be the game as the Milwaukee Wave defeat the St. Louis Ambush by the score of 9-2. The next Ambush broadcast will be on November 19th against the Harrisburg Heat right here at the Family Arena. That kickoff is at 3:05. And for Matt Bird, I'm Patrick Kelly. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching MASL Soccer.